Trumpet.
So Jim's asked me to tell the Batman story. Jim, you'll have to stop me if I go on too long.
I will. I promise.
Jim and I have just recorded a podcast for Jelly Trumpet, which was great fun. Have a look for Jelly Trumpet. Jim's a member of our Arts and Culture Network and has been to a number of our events. So we didn't have time for me to go into the Batman story, but if you'll allow me, I'll tell the story. And so I used to run an events company, and in June 1995, one of the hottest days of the year, we were effectively arranging the launch of a Batman Forever video game for Warner Brothers. Excuse me. So we hired the Warner Brothers store in Regent Street, and we turfed everybody out at 4 o'clock and we turned it into the Batcave. And we had invited 300 journalists to come to the launch of this event. And the client said, we would love Batman to make a surprise entrance. So we, in the stairwell, which is circular in Warner Brothers, 2 floors up, we created effectively the inside of the Batcave with a fake roof, with sugar glass in the middle, with a Bat logo projected onto it. And we hired a stuntman, and he was going to fall through it onto a stage under which was a grill, which would blow air up and inflate his rather long cape. Yeah. Everything's fine. Rehearsal was brilliant. We didn't actually do the drop because I was expecting, when we hired the stunt coordinator, I was expecting some elaborate drag mechanism, but no, it was a pair of gardening gloves, a climbing rope and a piece of scaffolding. That was the only thing saving this stunt guy from a 2-story drop. Yeah. Anyway, perhaps not surprisingly, the stunt guy didn't turn up.
Right, yeah, okay, understandable, yeah.
Right, and the only person who was there who could get into the suit, and it was the suit from the film, was yours truly, who didn't have any other job to do. So there I was, climbing over the railing, being suspended by this guy on wires, looking down, and just at the right moment, I had to break through the glass, stand on the stage and be Batman. Yeah. The whole thing. Yeah. Anyway, I said, I'll give you 3, 2, 1, then lower me down. I'll lift my legs up. I'll push my feet through the sugar glass fake skylight that you can gently drop me down on, and everyone will go, oh, there's Batman. Right. That's not quite how it turned out. So, so I said 3, 2, and he must have just gone,
no, just let go.
He just let go. I took the whole, fortunately, the structure that we had put the sugar glass in was reasonably solid. So it broke my fall, then completely disintegrated. And I landed on my arse on the stage in front of 300 people dressed as Batman.
Oh, no.
I stood up and thought, Batman doesn't giggle. So I pushed the cape out. The fan started up, but the fan, we forgot that actually it then started sending slivers of glass and anyway, so I thought I'd got away with it, and they said, no, you now need to do a walkabout and meet everybody and have, it was before mobile phones with cameras, so it was camera stuff, but that was the one time I felt a little bit like David Beckham. Everybody wanted to meet me. So if I've got time, I stole the suit. Right, it was my event. I'm having this fancy dress sorted for life. Right, this was on I can't think when it was on a Wednesday, and I think I got a call on the Thursday from the client from the movie studio saying, "Mark, do you have the suit? Because we need the Batman suit." It had a detachable utility belt. It was proper. It was the one Val Kilmer wore, I think.
Oh right.
And I said, yes, I do. They said, well, we either need it back or you need to be in Aberdeen on Saturday to open Toys R Us. Right. And they said, we're a bit tight for time. So if you wouldn't mind doing that, the latter, we'd be happy. And I said, I'm not doing it for nothing. And they said, how much do you want? I said, I want $1,000. They said, done. you're flying up with Mighty Mouse, Barbie, and some Power Rangers, right? So I turned up at the airport, stupidly looking for Barbie, Mighty Mouse, thinking, where's the Power Rangers? Thinking, of course they're not. And so we ended
Are you
up
in your suit at this time?
No. You see, which is why it's even sillier. There's me thinking, surely they must be here somewhere. Anyway, we all were seated together on the plane, obviously, and Barbie was obviously Barbie, right? But the others weren't, because anyway, so we got there, we stayed, we had the night, and we all rocked up like something like 7 a.m. at this new Toys R Us in Aberdeen, and all dressed up. And I was really pleased with the suit. I blacked out my eyes and everything. And then the manager of the store said, right, Mark, you're neither American nor Scottish, so please don't speak, right? But just run up and down the aisles, flapping your cape a bit, and hang around by the Batman merchandise, right? I thought, I can do this till 4 o'clock. That's the easiest £1,000 I've ever made. Anyway, a young family came past, and I was doing the statue thing in front of the Batman merchandise. And the dad came up and said, oh, look, it's Batman. And Johnny decided he would thump me in the utility belt just to check that I was real something. And then the young mum followed and said, I'm so sorry about that. And she touched my arm. She said, is that rubber?
Is that rubber? Hey.
Rubber. I thought, right, time for me to run up and down the aisles a bit. Anyway, I got back to the merchandise, and we had these little 50p miniature Batman versions of me. And there was a young kid, must have been about 7, with his dad. He said, Dad, can I have one of those little plastic, it's 50p plastic Batman? And there's me there earning £1,000, right? And he said, no, sorry, son, we can't afford that today. And I thought, sod this, right? So I went to the manager and I said, right, I want this to give him this, right? He's a Batman fanatic. He's been staring at me all morning. Right? And the manager said, no, I'm sorry, we can't do that. Everyone will want one. And I thought, great. I said, well, take it out of my salary, right? I'll buy it. He said, no, can't do that. Sorry, can't do that. Anyway, so I was really fed up with that. Anyway, I made it to about 3:30, running up and down, doing all the things, until the announcer came on over the tannoy and said, well, do all the superheroes please go to the BBC Scotland stage in the car park for the superheroes dancing competition. I thought,
superheroes dancing competition.
Barbie and the Mighty Mouse and the Power Rangers were all actors and dancers, right? Yeah. They got it. So I went out thinking, oh my Lord, thank God nobody's going to see this. And the announcer brandished a Batman bike that was on sale for 150 quid, right? A little Batman bike. And he said, right, what we're going to do, we're going to get all of the superheroes to dance. We'll have a bit of a clapometer at the end. Yeah. And the character who dances the best can give this Batman bike to anyone in the audience.
Oh.
And there he is, right?
Yeah.
Front row. Right? I thought, oh. So I'd been learning a bit of salsa, and I'd been planning to whisk Barbie into something at some point anyway. So when it was my turn, I grabbed Barbie, and Batman and Barbie salsa danced, right, around the stage. The weirdest thing it must have been to watch. It was so weird that I won the clapometer. Wow. So I went and I grabbed the bike from the BBC guy, walked it straight over to this little kid who couldn't afford a 50p model of me, gave him a 150 bike, and Barbie ran over and kissed me. So,
oh, sorted. Everyone's happy then.
Everyone's happy.
Did they film this, the superheroes dancing? Was it filmed?
No, 95. I mean, nowadays, 1995. So had it been now, that would be all over YouTube.
Everyone would be, I think, that'd be viral.
Yeah, but fortunately, for my professional reputation, it wasn't recorded for posterity.
It's a great story. I love it.
And it's true. So many of my friends say, yeah, that can't be true. No, absolutely true. So when Batman met, it's on my blog post, it's called When Batman Met Barbie. So if you search Batman Met Barbie, Mark Walmsley, you'll find it.
Cool. Well, that's a great story.